Hey guys, thank you for tuning in. Today is day 4 of my 21-day water fast. I got my Jesus look going on today. So today I wanted to explain a little bit why we do 21 days and also calm some of the fears that some of the viewers have about me doing 21 days, or anybody for that matter, of just water and no food. Why is 21 days the best way to do it, or 21 or more? Obviously, maybe not like 100 days, but why is it okay for someone who is lean as I am to do 21 days? And I would look at the body being a perfect machine, if you will. It is set up to keep us alive. So when we're eating food, the body doesn't actually have a chance to heal like we need it to on a cellular level, on a deep level. It can heal things like cuts, bruises. There's some things that it could heal, but it can't heal deep things on its own, like cancer. And if you think about why the body's getting cancer in the first place, it's because all the toxic waste that's inside of it that needs to be removed. So it's about 10 days into the fast when we get to the deepest part of the fast. And then after that is when the body really goes into a healing mode, where it gets deep down into the tissue and starts pulling out toxins from a very deep level. When we look at the gut, we want to focus on the small intestine. A lot of times we focus on the large intestine, which is easy to access for us. So we do colonics, and that flushes out the large intestine. Obviously, when we go to the bathroom, when we take probiotics, these are some things that are beneficial for the large intestine. But when it comes to the small intestine, it's much harder to access that. And technically the only way to access that is through this method. And this method, what we do is we don't eat for this long, 21 days, and we just intake water. And the water intake has to be at a higher level than we usually would during the day. Probably maybe 4 times what I would drink regularly. For example, yesterday I drank 6 liters of water. And that's quite a lot because I'm used to only drinking between 1 and 2 per day. And the average person probably drinks at most 1 liter per day. So for some people, it's like 6, maybe 10 times the amount of water necessary or that they're used to. And what happens is, as we intake all this water, after 21 days, we're imagining this this gunk that is on the sides of our small intestine, or lining it. It's considered mucoid plaque, and this gunk has been building up since we were born, since we first ate processed food. And every time we eat processed food, a little bit gets stuck in there. And so over time, it builds pounds and pounds and pounds of this blockage. It's like a sponge, and we have to rehydrate it slowly, slowly, slowly. And then eventually, as it gets hydrated, when we reintegrate food and we eat again, the food that we eat is going to push it out. And the food that we eat is going to be fruit, high fiber, high water content. And that fiber is going to catch all that gunk and start pushing it out. And so that we will see at the end of the fast. So one of the fears is I don't want to lose weight. Well, I don't either. You know, I'm already well underweight, and I'm already lost like 8 pounds in the first 4 days. So I imagine my body will max out at 15 pounds loss, which is quite a large amount, but it is what it is. And what's gonna happen is, as my small intestine clears out, it will be able to absorb more nutrients. And as it's able to absorb more nutrients, I will be able to not only gain my weight back that I was, but also put on more weight that I haven't been able to put on my whole life. So weight gain is obviously one of the things that I want to get out of this. A couple more things I want to get out of this. Lately, my hair's been falling out, so I would like it to stay in. That is one of my goals, to keep my hair. Another is I'd love to reverse some of this gray. We'll see if that happens. Another is different like little bumps I have on my hand. I have something there, some sort of bump. I have some little bumps over here. I don't know what they're from, but they're there, and I'd like to see them go away. Patches of dry skin that I have, I'd like to see that go away. Another thing is odor under my armpits. It gets worse when you fast. During normal days, it's not really that bad, but I'd love to get to a 0 point where there's no odor. And same thing with the breath. I've fasted enough that my breath doesn't smell on a regular basis, but going through this fast, I'd love to get to the point where it never smells again. There's a couple more goals that I'll share with you in another video. They're a little more private. One of the big fears that people have is that we'll die if we don't eat. And today's day 4, I'm not dead. You know, like I was saying, the body is this machine that can keep us alive. It's constantly wanting to heal. All we do by not eating is give it the space to heal. The only reason we feel that we're gonna die is, for one, we've been taught that our whole life. We've been taught just to eat by our parents. It's been carried down through generations that we have to keep eating all day, every day, 3 meals at least. The other thing is fasting is part of nature, and in nature, all animals do fast, except for humans and maybe dogs, because maybe we keep feeding them. Although some will stop eating, and we are like so scared when they stop eating, but it's natural to not eat for multiple days. And lastly, we think we're gonna die when we don't eat because it hurts. Some of us get headaches, some of us get nauseous, some of us get very weak, some of us get very moody. These are all signs of detox, because the moment that we actually stop consuming food, the body's actually able to start healing. And my suggestion, if you have any of those symptoms, don't eat until those symptoms are gone. You shouldn't have those symptoms. If you have those symptoms, it means your body's trying to detox. So you're suffering because you don't want to heal for a few days. If you take the time to heal for just 4 or 5 days without eating, those symptoms will be gone. If you have really bad headaches all the time, like migraines and stuff, you might do well to fast for 10 days. Obviously, the 21 days, even better. You'll completely get rid of it. But if you fast for just a few days, most of these symptoms that you have will be gone. If you don't feel like you could start on a water fast and you want to slowly get up to that level, start a juice cleanse. I'll put a link in the description. to my website for Organic Juicery, where we sell multiple day juice cleanses, where you can buy juices that will last you the whole day. You can buy a 3-day cleanse, a 5-day cleanse, a 10-day cleanse. You can go as long as you want on juices, to be honest. And you won't have the severe, harsh symptoms that you would have on a water fast if you're just juicing. Thank you again for tuning in, you guys. Thanks for watching my journey. I'll see you on day 6.